What's up, world? Welcome back to Charge the Game podcast. I'll be your host here, Chuck. And today we're talking about T.O., my man Terrell Owens, my favorite wide receiver, best wide receiver of all time in my eyes. Played for my Philadelphia Eagles and changed my life. Love this guy. Played with him on Madden. Played with him on NFL streets. Really NFL streets. But yeah, man, this is his response back to Stephen A. Smith. I have yet to watch this video, so I'm literally about to do a live reaction to this video. And I want you guys to come with me. So before we start this video, I want to ask you guys, hit that subscribe button, man. Come on now, hit that subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell so y'all can continue to get the latest when I be dropping my sports takes. Like always, thank you, love you for the support. Let's get to this video.
I don't think so, because he's used his platform really kind of to really tarnish, really attack my character. You know what I mean? Who I am as a person. You know what I mean? So regardless of however he started his monologue and his thing with his podcast, trying to build me up to break me down, we all see through that. You know what I mean?
Told y'all, man. One thing about Terrell Owens, once you wrong this guy, he will not forgive you. He keeps that chip on his shoulder. Southern guy. He's still beefing with Donovan McNabb, right? Back way in 05, right? Donovan McNabb and him do not get along. Ever since that Super Bowl, Donovan McNabb told him to shut the F up when he was breaking the huddle. And Terrell Owens has yet to forgive this man. The same way he's going to be with Stephen A. Smith. So there will be no squashing it unless Stephen A. Smith gets on his knees and pray to this man in front of everybody to feed his ego. Is the only way T.O. is going to possibly ever want to rekindle a relationship with this guy, Stephen A. Smith.
And all the people he's talking about that has reached out to them, this, that, and the other, from GMs to players and coaches, who gives a shit? To be quite honest, because I've had people, that have reached out to me, players as well, and some of the people that he thinks are cool with him, they're not cool with him. So before I go on my diatribe, Stephen A., can't be a soliloquy because I'm here with these guys.
This man is a troll. Now, y'all know when I make my videos, I be using the words that Stephen A. Smith, he always says: soliloquy, diatribe, all type of blasphemy. He used the top 5 words. So Terrell Owens is trolling his man 1 minute into this interview. I love it.
It resurfaced because I guess he did an interview with Joe Budden and he explained why he didn't like Max, or he didn't like working with Max. Okay. And they brought up, okay, well, this is why T.O. said what he said. I haven't backed down from anything. I just said facts and just left it at that. He took offense to that. Then he went on his podcast and said that I posted it, which I didn't. I retweeted it. I didn't actually post it. I didn't go out of my way to go bring everything up. The Kaepernick situation, and somehow there was a text exchange between me and him. On air, he mentioned something about the text, which I didn't give him consent to do.
But that's what Stephen A. Smith does. Stephen A. Smith is like LeBron James. He's going to do whatever is best for him. Just the same way LeBron James would say, hey, man, I want you on my team, and literally let the media drag your ass and get your ass out of the organization because it's not what he thought it would be. It's the same thing Stephen A. Smith is going to do for himself, his boss, and his company. The company he works for. He's going to do the same thing. He has no loyalty to you. That was your first mistake, Terrell Owens. A guy like Stephen A. Smith, who literally cares more about money, waking up to make money for his employers, is a guy who does not stand on any morals and values. It's hard to take a lesson from a guy like Stephen A. Smith because he is not a man of his word. He goes behind a brother's back and completely violates him in the worst way.
I didn't go out of my way to go file a lawsuit. I had an attorney that reached out to me like, yo, that's not right. It's copyright infringement, something along those lines. I looked at ESPN. ESPN has dogged me over the years, mischaracterized me, having people having misunderstandings about who I am, whether as far as my character is concerned. Everybody's talking about I'm arrogant, I'm selfish. Of course, I've had disagreements with some players, some coaches, but who hasn't?
And that's what I like about Terrell Owens, because he plays with his heart just like he talks with his heart. And he is a guy like Shannon Sharp. He was raised by his grandmother, so he's very, very loyal to the soil. But once you wrong him, you see this side of Terrell Owens. And he does care a lot about his name and his reputation. That's why he took the Hall of Fame situation so serious, because he knew he had the numbers, he knew he had the qualifications, he knew that he was a Hall of Famer, right? But because of the way the Hall of Fame process did him, he was petty and he chose to do it in his hometown instead of going to Canton. And I totally respect that. You see, he is the same person he's been since he's entered the league. That's why the media takes shots at him. That's why the people like to, as he says, ESPN likes to assassinate his character, because he does not abide. He thinks for himself. He says the things that he knows people don't agree with. And I'm the same type of guy. So T.O. is a good guy, man. He's a good guy. He's not known to be a shiesty guy at all. He's known to have a big mouth. T.O. is also known to throw them damn hands. Look how big this dude's hands is, man. Like, Stephen A. Smith, come on, dog. Look at the size difference of this guy compared to 6 foot, damn near 7 foot NBA players. Look at this guy's size just sitting down.
Yeah, everybody realized Stephen A. was cool with a lot of things back in the day.
Okay.
But as time has surpassed, a lot of people have a different opinion about who Stephen was then and who he is now.
Okay.
I'm one of those people. So regardless of that, me and Stephen A., we ain't buddy-buddy. You know what I mean? Whether he talks good or bad about me on his show, whether it's objective or subjective, that's his job.
Okay.
I didn't know Stephen A. prior to me, I guess our initial meeting. I guarantee he knew about me because of my play before I knew about him. But for him to say and allude or insinuate that it's a money grab or something like that, that's not cool. You know what I mean? To insinuate, oh, I'm broke, this and that and the other, because these are certain things, like I said, that it is personal.
And another reason it's personal is because there was a time in Terrell Owens' career where a friend or somebody he was doing business with took millions of dollars from him, and it was a rough time for him. It was a bad time for him. Terrell Owens has since then bounced back, but Terrell Owens is the type of guy, like, he literally will give you his trust, like, off the rip. You know what I'm saying? Now times may have changed because he's learned a lot from that, but it's not cool to joke on. And I saw when Stephen A. Smith did this. It's not cool to joke on a guy's situation because he was like, yeah, everybody know why he was trying to sue me, because, you know, like, he really needs it. You know what I'm saying? Because he was insinuating that Terrell Owens is broke. And obviously everybody knows, well, most people know, I'm a true fan of Terrell Owens, so I would retain this information. There was a time that Terrell Owens mostly lost it all. I'm just being honest, he mostly lost it all. And, you know, people took a lot of money from this guy. They took advantage of him because of the type of person he is, right? So he's telling you that it's personal to him that Stephen A. Smith will go on air and say something like that, because we might laugh it off and not think twice about it, but because he's gone through a situation where he's damn near lost it all, that's not cool to talk about. And Stephen A. Smith knew exactly what buttons he was pushing when he said that.
It's no secret. I was represented by Drew and Jason Rosenhaus. They referred me to
You see what I mean?
Pro Sports Financial, who's a financial advisor, and Jeff Rubin. It's public knowledge, bro. I got taken advantage of. They stole a lot of my money. Anybody that knows me, I didn't just go blow my money. You know what I mean? So yeah, do I have the millions that I had back then? Absolutely not. But for him to go on TV and insinuate certain these things that I did X, Y, Z, and I'm desperate, that's not cool, bro. At the end of the day, and I told him, I said, yo, keep that same energy. You're gonna call me a sorry ass and I'm pathetic, things of that, I'm trifling. If I ever come across him, keep that same energy.
Ooh-wee. I guarantee you Stephen A. Smith does not want to see Terrell Owens. The stories that used to come out in Philly about the way this man will brawl in the locker room, the brawls he's been in the NFL, and y'all remember the quote when he was like, "Hey man, you fighting you ever see me fighting the bear? You need to help the bear." He got that from his school, of course, but that was his mindset.
Then talk about and bring up all these top name people or high qualified, I guess in his name, to demean me. He mentioning the Donovan Ads, the Brian Dawkins, the Primes, you know what I mean? Shannon Sharp, you know, talking about GMs and players, talking about don't go after him like that. What have I ever done? Then holding up papers in his podcast like he got something on me. That he's gonna expose me. Expose me for what? I urge him to. I give him permission to expose me because I've never done anything.
When you know that you are innocent, when you know that you a stand-up guy, you could talk like Terrell Owens. Terrell Owens is purposely poking the bear. You feel me? He's purposely saying, okay, you going to release something? Do it. Because even I want to know what you have on me. And Stephen A. Smith likes to try to play these mind tactics like, yeah. Deion Sanders, Shannon Sharp, who are literally best friends with Terrell Owens and have a very close relationship. He's trying to use them and make them turn on Terrell Owens and vice versa. That's not cool. That's pretty lame. Stephen A. Smith like to use these names and use these big words to try to, as a tactic. It's a tactic to make a person back down from their stance. But Terrell Owens has always been hard-headed. He's always been strong-minded, hard-headed, and very stubborn. So he's not going to go like that. That's why you see this guy having this smile on his face and saying, hey, you got the documents, holding up blank papers and shit, go ahead and release it. And that's why a lot of people know that Stephen A. Smith is full of shit. I'm just being honest with you guys. A lot of people know that Stephen A. Smith is full of shit. And Terrell Owens mentioned it. He said a lot of people that you think are cool with you aren't cool with you. And I believe he was insinuating that about Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp has always had a more close relationship with Terrell Owens versus Stephen A. Smith. Because to be real with you guys, Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp, I don't see it lasting long. I think they both just kind of using each other to bring each other up right now, elevate each other's podcast, and elevate, obviously, the numbers within First Take. It's all business at the end of the day. But true friendship is what Terrell Owens and Shannon Sharp has. And Shannon Sharp used to throw digs at Stephen A. Smith while he was on set with Skip Bayless, calling it the other show, the people on the other show, because they would reference Undisputed without saying their name, and Undisputed would have a problem with that. I remember seeing several episodes like that, right? Let's keep watching.
You got the world looking at me crazy like you got something on me. So if you do, please let it be known. He had the opportunity to sit in front of his audience, his millions of subscribers, like you said, his soliloquy, to share his thoughts with all the hearers or whatever the case may be. But for me, I wanted to share that with everybody to give them some context as to what he's saying is not accurate, it's not totally true. For him to try to build me up and then bash me and attack my character, that's not going to fly with me.
Man, I love Terrell Owens, man. This is a true stand-up guy. Cause can you imagine how hard it was for him to bite his tongue and let Stephen A. Smith have his say, assault his name, muck up his reputation, have the world looking at T.O. crazy, right? You got to think about how bad you really just want to hop on live and say something. But Terrell Owens did it the right way. And I'm going to tell you guys something else. You could tell from Stack's position that he agrees with Terrell Owens because he's always going to be more street-minded than media-minded. And I guarantee when these cameras go off, they are going to have a real conversation with Terrell Owens on how to handle Stephen A. Smith and how they have dealt with Stephen A. Smith. They have had Stephen A. Smith on their podcast. That's why he stated, like, we cool with both of y'all because we think that Stephen A. Smith is good for business because he brings the numbers. But in Stephen A. Smith's mindset, he thinks that these people are really his friends. No, they just doing what you do. We just gonna fake the funk and we're gonna act real in front of you, but we just want your corny ass on our podcast because we know that you gonna say something that you wouldn't say on First Take. And obviously, Showtime Basketball has given these two guys this platform, and they're not going to tarnish that by showing agreements with Terrell Owens. But I guarantee off camera that they are literally going to be real with him, and Terrell Owens is going to be like, exactly, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, that Stephen A. Smith, you think these guys are your friends, you got to realize athletes stick together. Baseball, basketball, hockey, football, soccer, tennis, track, it don't matter. They know what the media does to them, so they will always relate to what a person, player, Hall of Famer like Terrell Owens is going through. You know what I'm saying? And you could tell from the way that Terrell Owens is talking that he is truly genuine and You know, he's taking a lot of this to heart. He's had a lot of time to think about this, but he isn't a guy that's coming on here to just get back or just say things out of their mouth. He's barely cursing. When a person is barely cursing, it's because they are in control. He is very much in control of his opinion. He's very much in control of what was done to him and how he's handling himself. I've been watching his social media. He isn't throwing shots. He seems like he's just been conducting his business and waiting on a moment to get on a platform like this to speak his side, because he has fans like me who grew up on Terrell Owens and literally have both jerseys, the white and green Eagles jersey of Terrell Owens, because I'm a true super fan of this guy because of his mindset, his play. So he owes that to us to clear his name up, because obviously, like, I'm not believing none of the shit Stephen A. Smith is saying, but you may have some people out there who really are.
He's not who we think he is. And Stephen A., he's walking around like just because ESPN has padded his pockets with some millions, he's walking around like he's up, like he's an athlete.
I just said that. I literally just said that. Stephen A. Smith would never, ever, ever be an athlete that can compare and have an athlete relationship with other athletes, because he is not that. You just may have the money that they're making. You may be able to be in the areas and be in the parties and be on the scene with them, but man, you had to do so much meat gobbling, ass kissing to get that. You had to sell your soul, right, to be around people who had to get it out the mud. And that's what Terrell Owens is saying. He's like, no matter what they pay you, no matter who you are, no matter what platform they give you, no matter what media you cover, you are a media guy, and we are trained to be arm's distance from you. Terrell Owens is not lying about that. And Stephen A. Smith is in denial. He's probably going to feel some type of way that Matt Barnes and Stack 5 did this interview. You know what I'm saying? He's going to probably feel some type of way, but he can't say nothing because he does the same type of work.
Mentioning guys that obviously I think highly of, talking about Dion and Shannon and these guys I come across with, you know, on a regular. You know what I mean? That's not cool to be name dropping. You know what I mean? Because now I'm around these guys and I'm like, okay, well, how do they really feel about me? You know what I mean? How do they think about me? You know what I mean?
Like I said, using those tactics to try to divide and conquer, trying to turn Deion, Primetime Sanders, and Shannon Sharp against Terrell Owens, and they have a Hall of Fame relationship. When you have a relationship not only through the game, off the field, but through Super Bowls, right? Super Bowls, freaking Hall of Fame. You can't break that up, Stephen A. Smith, and they know what you are doing. Like, they literally know your tactics. That's why Terrell Owens is so confident in that, and he's right. Like, it will make a guy say, hey, like, how do y'all really feel about me? Because I'm hearing this, he say here and he say there, but I'm quite sure Shannon Sharp, Deion Sanders had pulled Terrell Owens to the side. You saw Terrell Owens, like I said, I'm going to make a video about this. Terrell Owens was still with Deion Sanders. And I know that is stuck in Stephen A. Smith's craw, right? He did not like that because he doesn't want anybody to like. When you're a sore loser like Stephen A. Smith, puppet nose ass, you don't want to have any type of obligations to anybody surrounding somebody that you're not cool with. You don't want that. You don't want nobody. If I'm beefing with you, I want everybody to be mad at you because I want you to feel it. But that's why Stephen A. Smith is an emotional guy. Athletes are trained to be able to sustain through all of that, right? Right? It's no coincidence that Kevin Durant and Draymond Green have a semi-friendly relationship. Even though Draymond Green violated it, they got more in common. They have more in common. So the odds of them squashing it and becoming cool is higher than, you know, a media pundit and an athlete squashing it and becoming cool. It is what it is.
As he said in this podcast, we don't ever have to speak again. Okay. Never ever. But make no mistake about it, I don't try to be no badass, no nothing, bro. Anybody know me, I'm easygoing, I'm cool. I've kept my nose clean because I was raised the right way, bro. Finna sit up here and try to bash me or attack my character in front of millions and sit on ESPN with your compadres or what have you and act like you bad and you this and that and the other. That's not gonna fly with me. But like I told him, keep that same energy. And I'm not saying I'm not condoning no violence, but you're not finna disrespect me. Like, oh, I'm mistaking your text for a tweet. Yeah. That's what the attorney was referring to. He admitted that. I showed you guys that. That's in our text conversation. I ain't got no reason to lie about nothing. And I ain't got nothing to hide. So for him to come out initially when he saw the whole facts thing in response to that, somebody he gonna expose me, Expose me for what? Right. I urge you to expose me.
Get your popcorn ready, baby. That's Terrell Owens there, man. I'm gonna wrap this video up. It's probably a little long, but like I said, I was doing a live reaction to this video, and I really wanted to hear Terrell Owens' like side of the story besides reading tweets about it. And you guys see the proof is in the pudding, man. Stephen A. Smith is a fraud. Obviously, this guy is tweaking the media like he always does because he's gotten very, very good at it. And like T.O. says, man, like it was wrong. Like you don't talk about things confidentially and leak it. You know what I'm saying? You guys out there screwing around on your wife or screwing around on your man and your homegirl leak it. It's supposed to be private. Yes, it may have been wrong. I'm just using an example, but you damn sure don't want that type of information to be out. And in this situation, Stephen A. Smith was very wrong. Stephen A. Smith continuously is always wrong because he has trained himself. He has trained himself to do what is best for numbers, for ratings. Money is the root of all evil, people. Literally, by any means. It doesn't mean that they say that technically the love for money is the root of all evil, but he lives by that. His drive to push narratives, to stir up shit, to draw in and galvanize a crowd of people for ratings, to be monetized, and to do things that are good for the show, that's a trained puppet. I don't think you guys understand that. I don't even think that Stephen A. Smith truly has fans. I just think that when he goes places, people just know like, oh, that's that media guy. But I don't think that he truly has fans. Like you have some people in the media who really have fans who will sign up and go meet this person, get this person's book, this and that. I don't think that Stephen A. Smith really has all of that. But like I said, he wants to be an athlete, and because he couldn't make it as an athlete, he still holds on to that loser mentality, getting passed over by women. That's why he's so cocky and arrogant, says stuff like, this is my show, I'm running it. All this type of stuff. You can see that this guy is still a sore loser. He was never a guy who got to live through the life of being a star, being popular. That's what it is, man. So, man, I'm with T.O. on this, man. So y'all let me know what y'all think. As I've stated my opinion, you guys heard. You heard it from the horse's mouth, and I really believe Terrell Owens' side of this story. I really do. I truly, truly do. He has the facts. He's during Stephen A. Smith. I urge you to release everything that you have on me because you know you don't have nothing on me. And I think that Terrell Owens did the right thing by biting his tongue and waiting to get on a platform like this. You guys let me know what y'all think in the comment section about this. Like always, like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let me know how you charge the game. Peace.